Remember to tune in tomorrow, 11:20 on the Cowgirl Channel. Callie Brookshire will be highlighted and profiled on the Cowgirl Channel, talking about nothing but team pitting, the USTPA. So looking forward to one of our great Cowgirls being featured tomorrow morning on the Cowgirl Channel. We will also be featured on the Cowboy Channel later that afternoon, talking about the events upcoming. So great opportunity. Growing partnership there with the Cowboy Channel. And a no time. It's going to be a no time. Tough luck right there for Richard and Dan. Give me 1 second to adjust the computer. That'll move us on over now to pin number 2. Steve-O, Ken Wright. Flags up. 7-7, kettle number 7. Up next in pin 1, Team 5, John Cecil, Brandon Wine. On deck in 2, Team 6, Dana Wine and John Von Hoff. Looking to claim one of those beautiful Outlaw Spirit buckles. Going to come in at 1 head at 50.98. Going to put him on the board. Going to put him in the number 2 spot. So we roll on over to pin number 1, John Cecil, Brandon Wine. John, Brandon. John coming fresh off a win in the 6. Rolling on over here into 3. Right here, this is last year's number 1 world champion in the 1s and the current leader in the world in the 1s, John Cecil, Brandon Wine. Teaming up to get it done here in the 3. Flags up. 0-0, kettle number 0. Well, John Cecil, Brandon Wine, going to be 7 head at 51 seconds flat. So going to a number they're used to, number 1. Number 1 right now in the round. On 7 head as we go now to team number 6, Dana Wine, John Von Hoff. Flags up. 0-0, kettle number 0. Up next in pin 1, team 7, Heather Nickerson, Scott Labby. On deck in pin number 2 will be team number 8, Richard Rankin and Alvaro Escalona. Six head, 58-52, going to put him in the number 2 spot. Six head at 58-52 as we roll down now. Pin 1, Heather Nickerson, Scott Lowy. Flags up. 7-7, cattle number 7. Up next in pin number 2, Team 8, Richard Rankin, Alvaro Escalona. On deck in pin number 1, Team 9, Donna Skidmore and David Marquez. On deck in pin 2, Team 10, Brandon Wine and Maria Di Filippo. Going to be a no time. Going to be a no time. Pin 2, Team 8, Richard Rankin, Alvaro Escalona. Flags up. 8, cattle number 8. Up next in pin number 1 will be Team 9, Donna Skidmore, David Marquez. On deck in pin number 2, Team 10, Brandon Wine, Maria Di Filippo. And on deck in pin number 1, Team 11, Dana Wine and Summer Powers. So early on here in round 1, 7 head at 51 seconds flat from John Cecil, Brandon Wine, sitting in that top spot. We're bringing back our top 18 and have 4 on the board so far. Changing cattle on the 6s all the way through. That's going to give him 4 head at 54.84. Takes us over to pin number 1, Donna, David. Flags up. 4, cattle number 4. Up next in pin number 2, Team 10, Brandon Wine, Maria Di Filippo. On deck in pin 1, Team number 11, Dana Wine, Summer Powers. On deck in pin 2, Team 12, Heather Nickerson and Renee Pinar. Then we'll have a cattle change. Finished at 6 head at 55.76. Pin 2, Team 10, Brandon. Maria. Flags up. 6, cattle number 6. Up next in pin number 1 will be Team 11, Dana and Summer. On deck in 2 is Team 12, Heather and Renee. Then we'll have a cattle change. First team out the cattle change in pin number 1, Team 13, Ken Wright and John Von Hoff. 2 head, 50-87. Takes us to pin 1, Team 11, Dana Wine, Summer Powers. Flags up. 6, kettle number 6. Up next in pin 2, Team 12, Heather Nickerson, Renee Pinar. Then we'll have a cattle change. First team out the cattle change in 1, Team 13, Ken Wright, John Vonhoff. First team after the cattle change in pin 2, Team 14, David Marquez and Alvaro Escalona. Going to be a no time. So cattle change in pin 1 as we move over to pin 2, Team 12, Heather, Renee. Flags up. 1, cattle number 1. After this team in 2 will be a cattle change. Right here, Heather Nickerson, one of the champions from the San Antonio Rodeo. As we go over after the cattle change to start things off, pin number 1 will be Team 13, Ken and John. Pin 2 will be David and Alvaro. On deck in 1, Team 15, Jaden, Ronti, and John Cecil. We're coming your way. One of the cool aspects of the Days of 47 Rodeo Utah Team Pinning Cup is they're providing 4 different bonuses. $1,000 apiece to the top youth rider, to the top masters rider, to the most competitive family of the weekend, as well as the performance horse of the weekend. $1,000 bonus to each. Going to be a no time. Well, after the cattle change, we'll get things rolling again. We're bringing back our top 18 teams. Right now, we've got 7 on the board, and we're a third of the way through. 7 head at 51 seconds flat. John Cecil, Brandon Wine sitting. Ken, John, flags up. 3, cattle number 3. Up next in pin number 2, Team 14, David Marquez, Alvaro Escalona. On deck in 1, Team 15, Jaden Rondi, John Cecil. On deck in 2, Team 16. Alvaro. Flags up. 0, cattle number 0. Up next in pin number 1, Team 15, Jaden Rondi, John Cecil. On deck in pin 2, Team 16, Summer Power, Scott Labby. On deck in pin 1, Team 17, Steve-O and Heather Nickerson. So we are right smack dab in the middle of round number 2 and rolling, but we got a no time. Going to be a no time. Excuse me, round 1. All right, pin 1, Team 15, Jaden Rondi, John Cecil. We're working our way down to round number 2. Jaden, John. Flags up. 9, kettle number 9. Up next in pin number 2, Team 16, Summer Power, Scott Labby. On deck in 1, Team 17, Steve-O and Heather Nickerson. On deck in 2, Team 18, Renee Pinar and Richard Rankin. Cubit Hay Company bringing you the Rumble in the Rockies, along with LS Performance Horses and USTPA. The Rumble in the Rockies is set up to be an amazing weekend. Family getaway, team pinning, ranch sorting. Fortunately, we've got a no time here in pin 1. Pin 2, Summer Powers, Scott Labby. Summer, Scott. Look at him taking him the other way. Flags up. 4, kettle number 4. So up next in pin number 1, Team 17, Steve-O and Heather Nickerson. On deck in 2, Team 18, Renee and Richard. And on deck in 1, Team 19, Ken and Donna. Coming to you. So at the Cubit Hay Company Rumble in the Rockies, going to kick the weekend off with a golf outing, a roller coaster on the mountain, an adventure park, and dueling piano bar that night. Then we'll get started with team pinning on Friday. Finish Friday off with a Calcutta, a concert, and a party brought to you by Joe Mallara Insurance Agency. On Saturday, we will pin all day and then have the championship round that night for the Play with the Pros, a mutton busting, a cow riding, and a shoot dogging. Last year, Louis Sajoni was your champion cow rider, looking to come back and claim his title once again. Six head at 50-45. That'll take us down to Team 17, pin 1, Steve-O, Heather Nickerson. Flags up. 8, kettle number 8. We're bringing back our top 18. We've got 8 on the board so far. Up next in pin 2, Team 18, Renee Pinar, Richard Rankin. On deck in 1, Team 19, Ken Wright, Donna Skidmore. On deck in 2, Team 20, Jaden Rondi and David Marquez. And a no time in 1, no time in 1. Pin 2, Renee, Richard. Flags up. 3, kettle number 3. Up next in pin 1, Team 19, Ken Wright, Donna Skidmore. On deck in pin 2, Team 20, Jaden Rondi, David Marquez. On deck in 1, Team 21, Brandon Wine and Summer Powers. The Rayco Builders Elite Finals, July 27th through the 29th. 3 jam-packed days of extremely exciting team pinning action with over $350,000 in estimated cash and prizes going to be paid out. Last year, our winning team took home $42,000. Going to be a no time in 2, no time in 2. Pin 1, Team 19, Ken Wright, Donna Skidmore. Flags up. 2, kettle number 2. Up next in pin 2, Team 20, Jaden Rondi, David Marquez. On deck in 1, Team 21, Brandon Wine, Summer Powers. On deck in 2, Team 22, John Cecil and Scott Labby. Finished at 4 head at 47.83. I'm going to put them right in the mix as we go down to pin 2, team 20, Jaden. David, flags up. 1, cattle number 1. Up next in pin 1, team 21, Brandon Wine, Summer Powers. On deck in pin 2, team 22, John Cecil, Scott Labby. On deck in 1, team 23, Renee Pinar and Steve-O. We're coming to you. Your Texas Haynet Performance Horse of the Weekend will be determined after this class. Make sure to get your votes in if you saw an equestrian athlete that you think was the best of the best here this weekend. Thank you to Texas Haynet. No time in 2, no time in 2. Pin 1, team 21, Brandon Wine, Summer Powers. Flags up. 0, cattle number 0. Up next in pin number 2, team 22, John Cecil, Scott Labby. On deck in 1, team 23, Renee Pinar, Steve-O. On deck in 2, team 24, Deanne Sampson and Ken Wright. And that's when we'll have a cattle change. Going to be a no time in 1, no time in 1. Pin 2, team 22, John Cecil, Scott Labby. Flags up. Flags up. 9, cattle number 9. Up next in pin 1, team 23, Renee Pinar and Steve-O. On deck in pin 2, team 24, Dan Sampson, Ken Wright. Then we'll have a cattle change. First team out the cattle change, team 25, John Von Hoff and Donna Skidmore. We now have 9 teams on the board, looking to fill out our top 18 for round number 2. Came in at 6 head at 56.98. Gonna put them right. Hey, Steve-O, flags up. 1, cattle number 1. Up next in pin 2, team 24, Deanne Sampson and Ken Wright. Then we'll have a cattle change. First team out the cattle change in pin 2, team 26, Heather Dickerson and Dana Wine. And a no time, going to be a no time. That'll be a cattle change in 1. Pin 2, team 24, Deanne Sampson, Ken Wright. Flags up. Check that, check that. Flags up. 7, cattle number 7. After this, team in 2 will be a cattle change. First team out the cattle change in 1, team 25, John Von Hoff, Donna Skidmore. First team out the cattle change in 2, team 26, Heather Nickerson and Dana Wine. On deck in 1, team 27, Scott Labby and Brandon Wine. 10 teams on the board. There are beautiful buckles on the line here in the number 3 at the Elite Showdown, brought to you by Able Suppressors. Outlaw Spirit buckles. Going to be a no time. Going to be a no time. Cattle change, please. Cattle change. Thank you to Wind River Microbes bringing us our cattle crew and our cattle changes all year long. Wind River Microbes. Improve the health of your cattle, your horses, with Wind River microbes. Well, after 2 sets of cattle, we've got 10 on the board. Looking to fill out our top 18. None better so far than John Cecil and Brandon Wine with 7 head at 51 seconds flat. Pin 1. Flags up. 4, kettle number 4. Up next in pin 2, Team 26, Heather Nickerson, Dana Wine. And a no time in 1, no time in 1. Takes it on over to pin number 2 now, Team 26, Heather Nickerson, Dana Wine. Flags up. 5, kettle number 5. All right, looks like that. There in the arena, that must have been Alvaro Escalona and Maria Di Filippo. So they came in at 5 head at 52.97. So Heather and Dana will come back to you next in pin 2. Pin 1 now, Scott Labby, Brandon Wine. Flags up. 8, kettle number 8. So up next in pin number 2 will be Heather Nickerson, Dana Wine. On deck in pin 1, Team 29, Renee Pinar and Deanne Sampson. Came in at 5, headed 54-12. So that'll take us over to Heather Nickerson and Dana Wine. Flags up. 7-7, kettle number 7. Up next in pin 1, Team 29, Renee Pinar, Dan Sampson. On deck in 2, Team 30, Donna Skidmore, Jaden Rondi. On deck in 1, Team 31, Steve-O and John Von Hoff. Folks, make sure to visit Cheyenne, Wyoming. 2 years in a row now, they have supported the USTPA in team pinning. Forever West, there in Wyoming. Come visit Cheyenne. Well, Heather and Dana going to come in at 7 head at 55-69. Going to go to the number 2 spot. Give me one quick moment to make sure to just get the computer adjusted now. 1 second. All right, we're set, squared away. Flags up. 9, kettle number 9. Up next in pin 2, Team 30, Donna Skidmore, Jaden Rondi. On deck in pin 1, Team 31, Steve-O, John Von Hoff. On deck in pin 2, Team 32, Dana Wine and Ken Wright. We've got 13 on the board. Closing in on 18 to give us a cutoff here in round 2. Came in at 3 head at 39-22. Pin 2, Team 30, Donna, Jaden, flags up. 6, kettle number 6. Up next in pin 1, Team 31, Steve-O and John Von Hoff. And a no time in 2. That'll take us over to pin 1, Steve-O, John Von Hoff. This is Steve-O and John Von Hoff. Team 31. Flags up. 1. Kettle number 1. Next in pin 2. Von Hoff and Summer Powers. On deck in pin 2, Team 34. Going to be, was that an O time, Reedy? 3 head? 3 head. Three head at 51.39. Pin 2. Flags up. 3. Kettle number 3. Up next in pin number 1, Team 33, John Von Hoff, Summer Powers. On deck in pin 2, Team 34, John Cecil, Renee Pinar. On deck in pin 1, Team 35, Donna Skidmore and Summer Powers. Closing in here at the end of round 1 of the number 3. Dana Wine, Ken Wright. Going to come in at 6 head at 55.17. Pin 1, Team 33, John Summer. Flags up. 6. Kettle number 6. Up next in pin number 2, Team 34, John Cecil, Renee Pinar. On deck in 1, Team 35, Donna Skidmore, Summer Powers. On deck in 2, Team 36, Heather Nickerson and Brandon Wine. No time in 1, no time in 1. Pin 2, John Cecil, Renee Pinar. Flags up. Flags up. 2, kettle number 2. Up next in pin 1, Team 35, Donna Skidmore, Summer Powers. On deck in pin 2, Team 36, Heather Nickerson and Brandon Wine. Rayco Builders, providing fantastic general contracting and building projects across this country. Make sure to reach out to Rayco Builders. Get yourself a quote for your next project. Six head, 55.90. Going to put them right in the mix. Now we're going to have a bubble with 2 teams yet to go here in the round. Team 35, Donna Skidmore, Summer Powers. The cutoff is 1 head at 50.98. Flags up. 7, kettle number 7. Up next in pin 2, Heather Nickerson and Brandon Wine. No time in one. No time in one. Pin 2, Heather Nickerson. Brandon Wine. Flags up. 4. Kettle number 4. Just about to round number 2. Going to come in at 4 head at 58.01. That's going to get him into the round. Folks, give us a moment. I'm going to get things transitioned over and get ready for round number 2. If I can meet Robbie and John down in front of the banners down there for a quick picture between the rounds. Meet you down there in just a second. John will meet you down there in just a moment for that picture. All right, time for round number 2. Here in the 3, we're going to start off with Heather Nickerson and Brandon Wine. So pin 1, Heather Nickerson, Brandon Wine. Pin 2, John Cecil, Renee Pinar. Any qualified run gets you into round number 3. Heather, Brandon. Coming in on 4-headed to 58.01. Flags up. 0-0. Kettle number 0. Up next in pin 2, Team 2, John Cecil, Renee Pinar. On deck in pin number 1, Team 3, Dana Wine and Ken Wright. On deck in pin 2, Team 4, Steve-O and John Von Hoff. Going to be a no time. In pin number 1, pin 2, Team 2, John Cecil, Renee Pinar. Flags up. 9, kettle number 9. Up next in pin 1, Team 3, Dana Wine, Ken Wright. On deck in 2, Team 4, Steve-O and John Von Hoff. On deck in 1, Team 5, Renee Pinar and Deanne Sampson. Nice double. Came in at 6 head at 54.83. Going to put them in a strong spot with 12 head at 110.73. They're looking good. All right, pin 1 flags up. 1, kettle number 1. Up next in pin number 2, Steve-O and John Von Hoff. On deck in 1, Team 5, Renee Pinar, Deanne Sampson. On deck in 2, Team 6, Alvaro Escalona and Maria Di Filippo. Make sure to get down to Teskey's Western locations for a Boss bucket, collapsible bucket for your trailer. 2 head at 51.23. Going to give him a total of 8 head at 106.40. Pin 2, Steve-O, John. Flags up. 4, kettle number 4. Up next in pin 1, Renee Pinar, Dan Sampson. On deck in 2, Team 6, Alvaro Escalona and Maria Di Filippo. On deck in 1, Team 7, Scott Labby and Brandon Wine. Your Days of 47 Utah Team Pinning Cup. Is going to feature team pinning at the highest level, smack dab in the middle of one of the biggest PRCA rodeos in all the world. Big time opportunity for our sport and our riders. Make sure to make it to Salt Lake City, Utah, July 19th through the 23rd. Came in at 4 head at 54.80. Going to give him a total of 7 head at 106.19. Pin 1, flags up. 2, kettle number 2. Up next in pin 2, Team 6, Alvaro Escalona and Maria Di Filippo. On deck in pin 1, Team 7, Scott Labby, Brandon Wine. On deck in 2, Team 8, Heather Dickerson and Dana Wine. Came in at 5 head at 56.66. 5 head, 56.66. Going to give him a total of 8 head at 95.88. That'll take us over now to pin 2. Alvaro, Maria. Flags up. 8, kettle number 8. Up next, pin number 1, Team 7, Scott Labby, Brandon Wine. On deck in pin 2, Team 8, Heather Nickerson, Dana Wine. And on deck in 1, Team 9, John Cecil and Scott Labby. This team here is coming in on 5 headed at 52.97. Way out in the lead at the moment is 12 head at 110.73 with John Cecil and Renee Pinar. Remember, folks, 4 full rounds, so this is going to get interesting. Every cow counts. Forehead at 58.86. Forehead at 58.86. Going to give it a total of 9 head at 111.83. Pin 1, flags up. Flags up. 9, kettle number 9. Up next in pin number 2, Team 8, Heather Nickerson, Dana Wine. On deck in pin number 1, Team 9, John Cecil, Scott Labby. On deck in 2, Team 10, Ken Wright, Donna Skidmore. This team here is coming in at 5 headed to 54.12. Big shout out to Jim Goyer. Fantastic job all weekend long. Give us a tip of the hat there. All right, Scott and Brandon going to come in at 5 head 56.36. Going to give them a total of 10 head at 110.48. Going to put them in the number 2 spot right now. But here we go down to the number 2 team coming in. Heather Nickerson, Dana Wine, your second fastest team coming into the round. Flags up. 5, kettle number 5. Up next in pin 1, Team 9, John Cecil, Scott Labby. On deck in pin number 2, Team 10, Ken Wright, Donna Skidmore. On deck in 1, Team 11, Summer Powers and Scott Labby. Great opportunity right here to change things up at the top of the leaderboard. Dana Wine, Heather Nickerson. Going to finish with 5 head at 58.87. Going to give a total of 12 head at 114.56. Going to put them in the number 2 spot. We now have 2 teams on 12 head. Going to put them in the number 2 spot, 4 seconds behind. Pin 1, flags up. 8, kettle number 8. Up next in pin number 2, Team 10, Ken Wright, Donna Skidmore. On deck in pin number 1, Team 11, Summer Power, Scott Labby. On deck in 2, Team 12, Heather Nickerson and Renee Pinar. We're coming your way. Working our way down right through here in round number 2, figuring out round 3. Any qualified run comes back. Forehead, 55.23. Pin 2, flags up. 3, kettle number 3. Up next in pin number 1, Team 11, Summer Power, Scott Labby. On deck in 2, Team 12, Heather Nickerson, Renee Pinar. On deck in 1, Team 13, Brandon Wine and Maria Di Filippo. The Boot Barn Buckeye Battle. Late July, Garwood Arena, beautiful Columbiana, Ohio. So for those of you watching us live right now around the world, if you happen to be up in the Northeast or anywhere for that matter, you want to make the trip to the Boot Barn Buckeye Battle. Going to be a great show again this year. Finish at 3 head at 50.70. Going to give them a total of 7 head at 98.53 as we go to team number 11, Summer Scott. Flags up. 3, kettle number 3. Up next in pin 2, Team 12, Heather Nickerson, Renee Pinar. On deck in 1, Team 13, Brandon Wine and Maria Di Filippo. On deck in 2, Team 14, Donna Skidmore and David Marquez. 4 head at 42.65. Gonna give him 10 head at 93.10. Pin 2 flags up. 0-0. Kettle number 0. Up next in pin number 1, Team 13, Brandon Wine, Maria Di Filippo. On deck in 2, Team 14, Donna Skidmore, David Marquez. On deck in 1, Team 15, Richard Rankin and Alvaro Escalona. Your Texas Haynet Performance Horse of the Weekend will be counted here as soon as we're done with the 3. Thank you to Texas Haynet, 2 years in a row now representing our equestrian athletes. Your Texas Haynet Performance Horse of the show, month, and year. Four head at 53.57. Takes it over to pin number 1, Team 13, Brandon Wine, Maria Di Filippo. Flags up. 6, kettle number 6. Up next in pin number 2, Team 14, Donna Skidmore, David Marquez. On deck in pin 1, Team 15, Richard Rankin, Alvaro Escalona. And on deck in 2, Team 16, Dana Wine and John Von Hoff. Going to be a no time. Pin 2, Team 14, Donna, David, flags up. 1, kettle number 1. Up next in pin 1, Team 15, Richard Rankin, Alvaro Escalona. On deck in 2, Team 16, Dana Wine, John Von Hoff. On deck in 1, Team 17, John Cecil and Brandon Wine. Two head at 36.42. For a total of 8 head at 92.18. Pin 1, flags up. Check that. Flags up. 4, kettle number 4. Up next in pin number 2, Team 16, Dana Wine, John Von Hoff. On deck in pin number 1, Team 17, John Cecil, Brandon Wine. On deck in pin 2, Team 18, Maria Di Filippo and David Marquez. And that will do it for round number 2. Able Suppressors bringing us a great weekend here at the JL Arena. The Elite Showdown brought to you by Able Suppressors. They also brought us around at the San Antonio Rodeo. Oh, going to be in no time. Pin 2, Dana, John. Flags up. 7, kettle number 7. Up next In pin number 1 will be Team 17, John Cecil, Brandon Wine. On deck in pin 2, Team 18, Maria Di Filippo and David Marquez. Forehead at 57.59. All right, here comes your number 1 team coming into the round. John, Brandon, flags up. 5-5, cattle number 5. Up next in pin 2, Maria and David. Gonna be a no time. Pin 2, Maria Di Filippo, David Marquez. Flags up. 2-2, kettle number 2. After this team, that'll do it for round 2, and we'll come right back to round number 3. Well, they're going to finish at 5 head at 55.80. They're going to make themselves back into round number 3. Don't go far. You'll be the first one to get us started. All right, folks. Well, we're going to count, double check our times, print paperwork off, and we're going to get started with round number 3 as we got 14 teams coming back. All right, round 3 is set. We've got 14 teams coming back. Our top 10, we going into the championship round. Pin 1, Team 1, Maria Di Filippo and David Marquez. Pin 2, Team 2, Dana White and John Von Hoff will get us started. All right, our first team's coming in on 7 head at 106.01. We got 2 teams on 12 head. For the most part, this deal is still awfully close. All right, Maria, David, flags up. 1, cattle number 1. Up next in pin 2, Team 2, Dana White, John Von Hoff on deck in 1. Team 3, Donna Skidmore, David Marquez on deck in 2. Team 4, Heather Nickerson and Renee Pinar. Going to be a no time in 1. Pin 2, Dana, John, flags up. 1, cattle number 1. Up next in pin number 1, team number 3, Donna Skidmore, David Marquez. On deck in 2, team number 4, Heather Nickerson, Renee Pinar. On deck in 1, team number 5, Summer Powers and Scott Labby. Your Days of 47 rodeo family spotlight was the Savages this week. Congratulations to Eddie and Bobby Savage. Fantastic family. A lot of great families here in the USTPA, and thank you to the Days of 47 rodeo for spotlighting some of the great ones. Well, we're going to finish at 4 head at 52.93. That's going to get them on the board, and we're looking to get this party rolling with 14 head at 169.04. Set the pace. Pin 1, flags up. 5, cattle number 5. Up next in pin number 2, Team 4, Heather Nickerson, Renee Pinar on deck in 1. Team number 5, Summer Power, Scott Labby on deck in 2. Team 6, Ken Wright and Donna Skidmore. So 14 head at 169.04. That's looking awfully tough right now. Most likely, definitely going to go back to the championship round. Remember, folks, if you want to get in the cow riding, the shoot dogging, or the mutton busting, they're at the Cubit Hay Company, Rebel in the Rockies. Make sure to get your entries in now. They're going to fill up fast. It finished at 3 head at 35.45. 2 head. One second. Going to give him a total of 10 head at 127.51. Pin 2. Heather, Renee, flags up. 4, kettle number 4. Up next at pin number 1, Team 5, Summer Power, Scott Labby. On deck in 2, Team number 6, Ken Wright, Donna Skidmore. On deck in 1, Team 7, John Cecil and Scott Labby. Gonna be in no time. Pin 1, Summer, Scott. Team here is coming in on 10 head at 93.10. This is one of the top teams coming back. Flags up. Three, cattle number 3. Up next in pin number 2, Team 6, Ken and Donna. On deck in 1, Team 7, John and Scott. On deck in 2, Team 8, Heather and Dana. 4 total rounds. Makes it tough, really thins the herd. We are working through it, doing a fantastic job. We got 14 head at 169.04 at the top of the leaderboard early on with Dana Wine and John Von Hoff. Two head at 46.53. Well, that really leveled the playing field. Going to put them in at 12 head at 139.63. All right, now, team number 6, Ken, Donna. Flags up. 3, cattle number 3. Up next in pin number 1, team number 7, John Cecil, Scott Labby. On deck in 2, team 8, Heather Nickerson, Dana Wine. On deck in 1, team number 9, Scott Labby and Brandon Wine. Your Boot Barn Buckeye Battle, July 23rd to the 25th, Columbiana, Ohio. For those of you who are going to be making it to the show there in Columbiana, the Garwood Arena, big-time opportunity for great discounts on Boot Barn. Just as long as you're entered, you get yourself a pretty solid opportunity to head down to your next Boot Barn. So make sure to make your way to Garwood. Three head at 52.04. Pin 1, Team 7, John Cecil, Scott Labby. Flags up. 9, cattle number 9. Up next in pin number 2, Team 8, Heather Nickerson, Dana Wine. On deck in 1, Team 9, Scott Labby, Brandon Wine. And on deck in 2, Team 10, Alvaro Escalona and Maria Di Filippo. Thank you again, Able Suppressors, bringing us the weekend. Make sure, folks, to check them out. They've got a great Instagram page, a great website, and a lot of really cool products. High quality, but out of value, and great supporters of team pinning and USTPA. Check out Able Suppressors. Finished at 4 head at 55.98. So there's your new leaders. 14 head, 168.19 is John Cecil and Scott Labby. As we go down to pin 2, Heather Nickerson, Dana Wine. Flags up. Flags up. 5, cattle number 5. Up next in pin 1, Team 9, Scott Labby, Brandon Wine. On deck in 2, Team 10, Alvaro Escalona, Maria Di Filippo. And on deck in 1, Team number 11, Renee Pinar and Deanna Sampson. One step closer to claiming that beautiful Outlaw Spirits buckle here in the number 3 sorting. It came in at 2 head at $24.95. 2 head $24.95. Going to get them a total of 14 head at $139.51. There's your new number 1 team. Pin 1, flags up. Flags up. 7, kettle number 7. Up next in pin number 2, Team 10, Alvaro Escalante, Maria DiFilippo. On deck in 1, Team 11, Renee Pinar, Deanne Sampson. On deck in 2, Team 12, Steve-O and John Von Hoff. Four head, 56.77. Going to give them a total of 14 head at 167.25. We now have 4 teams on 14 head in the number 1 spot as we go to pin 2. Flags up. 9, kettle number 9. Up next in pin number 1, Team 11, Renee Pinar, Deanne Sampson. On deck in 2, Team 12, Steve-O and John Von Hoff. On deck in 1, Team number 13, Dana Wine and Ken Wright. We've got 7 on the board. We're bringing back our top 10 to the championship round. Going to be a no time. Going to be a no time. Pin 1, Team 11, Renee, Deanne. Flags up. 6, kettle number 6. Up next in pin number 2, Team 12, Steve Olson, John Von Hoff. On deck in 1, Team 13, Dana Wine, Ken Wright. On deck in 2, Team 14, John Cecil and Renee Pinar. And that's going to do it for round number 3. Five head at 57.80. Going to go a total of 13 head at 153.68. Pin 2, Steve-O, John. Flags up. 7, kettle number 7. Up next in pin 1, Team 13, Dana Wine, Ken Wright. On deck in 2, Team 14, John Cecil, Renee Pinar. Your Boot Barn Buckeye Battle, July 23rd through the 25th, up in Garwood Arena. Make sure to make your way if you have never been to Columbiana, Ohio, to the beautiful Garwood Arena. You're missing out. Make sure to check out the Boot Barn Buckeye Battle. We're paying 4 holes here in the number 3. Paying 4 holes. and giving out these beautiful Outlaw Spirit buckles. And a no time right there at the end. Unfortunately, going to be a no time. One quick second, you get the computer caught up. All right, pin 1, Dana, Ken, flags up. 2, kettle number 2. Up next in pin 2, team 14, John Cecil, Renee Pinar. Finished off at 4 head at 54.57. Going to give a total of 12 head at 160.97. We have got a tight race here, folks, coming in the short round. And here comes one of the top teams coming back. This is John Cecil, Renee Pinar. They have a good chance to separate the gap here. Flags up. 6, kettle number 6. So as John and Renee come in at 12 head at 110.73. A big run right here. They could really separate themselves and give themselves a good look coming into the short round. All right, going to put them in at 3 head at 34.89. But more importantly, they're going to go to the number 1 spot by 1 head. They're going to be the only team coming back to the short round on 15 head. All right, that's going to do it. We're going to figure out our top 10, get this printed off, and it is short round time here in Whitesboro. The Elite Showdown brought to you by Able Suppressors. All weekend long, we have crowned multiple champions, and we're here to crown one more in the number 3 sorting. Our championship round is set and ready to go. It'll all be in pin number 1, all on one herd with a 60-second break in between. Going to start things off here. Team number 1 will be Ken Wright, Donna Skidmore. Team 2, Summer Powers, Scott Labby. Team 3, Heather Nickerson, Dana Wine. All right, sorters, let's roll. It is time to figure out our final champion of the weekend. So go ahead, bring the cattle, fellas. Wind River Microbes, Cattle Crew, and Cattle. Been doing a fantastic job all weekend long. Thank you to our Cattle Crew, brought to you by Wind River Microbes. Now coming in here to the championship round, it is awfully tight. We've got one team that has separated themselves by one cow on 15 head, a whole boatload on 14 head. So Ken Wright, Donna Skidmore are going to start things off for us. We're paying 4 holes. 40% of you are going to go home with a paycheck. Ten head at 150.57. Now here in the championship round, one big time run could jump out and separate yourself in a huge way. So as they're coming in on 10 head, they got some ground to make up, but is well within their reach. Ken, Donna, flags up. 6, cattle number 6. On deck, team number 2, Summer Power, Scott Labby in the hole. Team number 3, Heather Nickerson and Dana Wine. Make sure to visit Cheyenne, folks. Get away for the summer. Get out of the heat. Come visit Cheyenne. Now we're getting things started. All right, going to finish off at one head, 35.83. But that'll work. That'll put them in at 11 head, 186.40. Got themselves a chance as they're going to go to the number 1 spot here to start the short round. Summer Powers, Scott Labby, 12 head at a 139.63 is what they're bringing into the championship round. Now, again, they've got a little bit of ground to make up as the number 1 team coming in is going to be on 15 head. But if they could throw down a big-time run right here, a 10-head run would all but give themselves a chance to win this. Summer. Scott. Right here at the JL Arena. We've already crowned 5 different champions on the weekend. Let's make it another one. Flags up. 4, kettle number 4. On deck will be team number 3, Heather Nickerson, Dana Wine. In the hole, team number 4, John Cecil and Renee Pinar. Now as they're coming in with 12 head at 139.63, top of the leaderboard to start things off is 11 head at 186.40, but they got to pin or sort. Looking good, nice and clean. Well, there they go. They're going to go to the number 1 spot. Going to come in on 4 head at 45.41. Going to give them a total of 16 head at 185.04. Well, now, Heather Nickerson, Dana Wine. They're coming in at 14 head at 139.51. This is your number 2 fastest team coming into the championship round. Only one team ahead of them had one more cow. So Heather Nickerson, Dana Wine got a big-time opportunity right here. 3 head or better, and they'll go to the number 1 spot here early on in the championship round, but there is a lot of teams breathing down their neck right behind them. 14 head at 139.51. Your number 2 team coming into the short round. Here we go. Flags up. 9, kettle number 9. On deck will be team number 4, John Cecil, Renee Pinar. In the hold, team number 5, Dana Wine and Ken Wright. The Cubit Hay Company Rumble in the Rockies. Going to be a big-time party, June 23rd to the 25th. Thank you to Cubit Hay Company, LS Performance Horses, helping bring you the Cubit Hay Company Rumble in the Rockies. Remember, folks, 3 head or better, and they're going to the number 1 spot, and they're going to get that done. Good, solid run right here. 6 head at 54.78. Going to give them a total of 20 head at 194.29. Big-time run in the championship round for Heather Nickerson and Dana Wine. They're going to put themselves in an awfully good position and put the pressure, especially on this next team. Here comes your number 1 team coming into the championship round. With a big run like that from Heather and Dana, that means John Cecil, Renee Pinar need to be 6 head or better. They could still get in on time, but 6 head will put them over the top. John Cecil, Renee Pinar. Flags up. 8, kettle number 8. On deck will be team number 5, Dana Wine, Ken Wright. In the hole, team 6, Renee Pinar and Deanne Sampson. Going to be a no time. The door's just been kicked wide open. There is a lot of opportunity now right around the corner. Here comes Dana Wine now. Ken Wright. 12 headed 160.97 after 3 rounds. One more opportunity here to challenge the top spot. If they want to go for the number 1 spot, they got to be 9 head or better. 9 head or better to go to the lead. Now Dana Wine sitting in the number 1 spot already. Can she do it again? Flags up. 5, kettle number 5. On deck will be team number 6, Renee Pinar, Deanne Sampson. In the hole, team number 7, John Cecil and Scott Labby. Gonna be a no time. Gonna be a no time. All right, that'll take us down to Team 6. Renee, Deanne, it is your turn. Renee Pinard, Deanne Sampson, coming in with 13 head. So 8 head or better. We'll take Renee and Deanne to the top spot. Flags up. 7, kettle number 7. On deck, Team 7, John Cecil, Scott Labby. In the hole, Team 8, Dana Wine and John Von Hoff. At the top is Heather Nickerson and Dana Wine with 20 head. Team here's got 13 head at 153.68. Three head, 55.88. Going to give a total of 16 head at 209.56. Going to put him in the number 3 spot. Going to put him in number 3. So we're paying 4 holes. Team 7, John Cecil, Scott Labby. Now here we go. Team 7 is coming in on 14 head at 168.19. John Cecil, Scott Labby, 7 head or better, and they'll go to the number 1 spot. Well within their reach, no doubt about it. Only 4 teams left to go on the weekend. Flags up. 0, cattle number 0. On deck, team number 8, Dana Wine, John Von Hoff. In the hole, team 9, Donna Skidmore and David Marquez. John and Scott coming in 14 head at 168.19. Looking good. They got to roll. You got to roll. Well, going to finish at 5 head at 50.96. Going to put them at 19 head, so they're going to go in the number 2 spot. Going to put them in the number 2 spot. Well, folks, there's 3 teams left, and all 3 teams have a chance to jump out and win this thing. Team number 8 now, Dana Wine, John Von Hoff, coming in at 14 head at 169.04. So a great opportunity for them. 7 head or better. That is the key. 7 head or better for Dana Wine and John Von Hoff. Dana, John, flags up. 1, kettle number 1. On deck, team number 9, Donna Skidmore, David Marquez. In the hole, team number 10, Scott Labby, Brandon Wine. 2 head at 55.86. Things are getting interesting. That just left the door open for this next team coming in. So that takes us down to Donna Skidmore, David Marquez. Now Donna and David are coming in on 10 head at 127.51. They still have a chance to jump out and win this number 3. Any 10 head run, doesn't matter about the time, and they will be your champions. In order to get into the money, they got to be 7 head or better. Flags up. Flags up. 2, kettle number 2. Up next will be Team 10, Scott Labby, Brandon Wine. All right, they got it started off early. Got the 2 cal quick. Coming down to the wire here in the number 3. Just about to crown our champions on the weekend. Going to be a no time. Well, our final team of the weekend is coming in on 14 head at 167.25. Scott Labby, Brandon Wine have got a great opportunity to win the number 3 of the Elite Showdown, brought to you by Able Suppressors. All they got to do is 7 head or better, but easier said than done. But 7 head will guarantee them the win. Scott, Brandon, the beautiful Outlaw Spirit buckles are on the line. After 36 total teams and 4 full rounds, it's come down to one more shot. Can we get 7 cows sorted to the other side? Scott Labby, Brandon Wine, flags up. 3, kettle number 3. Big shout out. Thank you so much to JL Arena, Jared Lesh, for having us this weekend, being a fantastic host. Thank you to all the crew that have helped make the weekend so smooth. It's come down to our last team here in the number 3. This is when ranch sorting gets good, when you got to have a certain head of cattle under a certain time period. Can you get it done? We're paying 4 holes here in the 3. Going to finish off at 2 head at 35.62. That's going to get him a total of 16 head at 202.87. It's going to be close. We'll have your official results for you here in just a moment. All right, the official results are in. Here they are in 4th place. With 202.87 on 16 head, Scott Labby and Brandon Wine going to get in there in the money. In 3rd place with 185.04 on 16 head, Summer Powers and Scott Labby. In second place with a 2:19.15, John Cecil and Scott Labby one more time. But your championship team, the only team to get it done on 20 head, how about it? Heather Nickerson and Dana Wine are going to be your champions in the number 3. Well, folks, I'll meet you down there for a quick photo and buckle ceremony. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for being here at the JL Arena all weekend long. It's been fantastic being here with you. I'm Cody Wood, come to you from Cheyenne. Look forward to seeing you all at the next one, so make sure to either get to Helena, Montana, Forest, Mississippi, Elizabeth, Colorado, or Estes Park, Colorado. All goes down in the next 4 weeks.